If I were to click on your profile, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go and see. I'm not just going to look at the one post that you just most recently did. I'm going to look at all of your content. So it's not just going away. It was posted and it didn't do that great. Well, it's not going away.
Yeah.
It's still out there for people to see. That is something that we tend to see a lot.
On today's episode of The Claw, I speak with Stella Huffman. She is responsible for social media and marketing here at Liger Partners for us and for our customers. She's going to share some great tips as we get to the end of the year and go through the holiday season on how you can capitalize best on those holidays and make sure you have a good end of the year and into next. Welcome to The Claw, the marketing podcast for C-suite executives. I'm Eric Holtzclaw, Chief Strategist at Liger Partners, and I am joined today by a fellow Liger, Stella Huffman. She is our social media expert, and she's going to talk today about the holidays.
Yes. There's so much that we can do for the holidays. And I know last time we kind of talked about Halloween.
Yeah.
But October, November, and December are awesome ways to kind of lean into your brand and lean into the community, make those connections. There's just a ton of stuff. Awesome, holidays, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. So many things that you can do to kind of help push your brand out there. And like I said, make ties within the community at this time.
I'm excited because when you were on the show last time, you had so many really cool ideas. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
I know you work for the company and everything, but it was really
great.
The
hot dog octopus thing, when I was listening back, I was like, wow, that was really the first thing that came to my mind. But it's a great idea.
It is. All of those things are great ideas. And things I would not have even considered. So I cannot wait to see what Stella's list of, we need to Stella's list of social media must do. I don't know. We need to have your own list.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Do you know who David Letterman is?
Yeah.
Okay. I walk around this company all the time, bringing up pop culture icons that I think people know, and then they're like, I have no idea who you're talking about. Yeah, he had his top 10 list. Yeah. We should have the Stella, your hit list. What do you call it? Your hit list.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. So what's on the hit list?
Okay. So as I'm thinking of holidays, it's honestly really exciting for me. Not only is the winter and the fall my favorite, but with social media, there's really just so much that you can do. And you want to be staying on top of it because you don't want to be left behind, because so many other brands are going to be utilizing these holidays or these big days for discount and free gifts and all that stuff. Like I said, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, if you're a brick and mortar or, even if you're online, those are 2 days that you have, starting November, you need to be starting to promote, whether you are going to be running sales or just letting people know, hey, check us out on this day, because those just social media and Cyber Monday go hand in hand.
Cyber Monday is the day that everybody comes to work but does nothing but shop.
Yeah. Exactly. And so we have in November, let me just think, we have my birthday, which that's why it's my favorite month.
Okay.
But
I was about to ask because everybody has different reasons. Fall has always been my favorite. I like as the temperatures are cooling down and the leaves. Mm-hmm. I'm not a pumpkin spice guy.
I'm not either.
Yeah,
I am anti-pumpkin spice.
I'm not anti. I just am not for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fires and driving up to the mountains.
Yeah,
and
mountains.
Festivals and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of a nice.
It's awesome. You can actually enjoy being outside if you live in the South.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
it's the time.
Yeah.
It's not just stifling hot. But.
So as we work our way, we have Halloween coming up, and then right after Halloween we have November starting, and that's kind of like the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. So we have World Kindness Day that I think can be a really big play, and that's second week into November.
Okay.
That's something where, you and your brand can give back in some way. You can promote for your customers to give back in some way. That's like a day that you can definitely lean on. You can make a social post about what you as a company are doing for World Kindness Day or how to bring awareness to it. We have Thanksgiving, obviously. So Thanksgiving throughout the whole month of November, whether maybe you're a restaurant and y'all cater for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great way to push that. Or just, a campaign of what are you thankful for? You can ask for your audience to answer about what they're thankful for. You can do a campaign about what maybe your employees are thankful for or what you as a brand
Or you're thankful for your employees.
Exactly. So there's so many ways that you can lean into that.
Let's go on the World Kindness Day. So what date is World Kindness Day?
It is the 13th of November.
That's
It's
not
a Saturday.
I was about to say it's not a Friday, is it?
It's a Saturday.
Okay. That would be
So super
Friday
close.
the 13th, World Kindness Day?
That would be weird.
It would be weird. You'd be kind to zombies or something.
Yeah. The zombie could take over the social media. For
Yes,
World
you did talk
Kindness
about
Day.
that. Yes. Yeah, but I could see like one of my favorite things to do. It's never happened to me. So if you're ever in front of me in a line and can do this, but like paying somebody's toll.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
No, it's never happened to me, right? But you do have I have had someone chase me down before. It's like you pay their toll and they're like, "Why'd you pay my toll?" I was like, "I was being
I'm
nice."
just trying to be
Or
nice.
buy their coffee.
Yeah.
And I've seen some stories on that where someone like started that trend.
And then it'll go for like 100 orders
Yeah.
or something like
I
that.
was 101.
Wow.
Kidding, because they never happened to me.
Because it never
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Okay.
It's never
It'll
happened to me.
happen if you keep putting it out there in the world.
Yeah.
It's
World
gonna
Kindness Day.
happen. World Kindness Day.
Number
Maybe it happens on the
13th
13th of
Saturday.
November.
Typically, I'm in a Starbucks line on a Saturday morning. So
So if you're out there, you like your coffee. I know you like your coffee a specific way. It's talked about around here.
yeah, it's a quad grande Americano with light cream.
So if you're out
Unless
there,
it's the afternoon and then it's a flat white.
pay it forward.
All right. Okay. So then Thanksgiving, and then being thankful for kind of not the expected things. That could be a fun
Exactly.
way to do it.
And there is a line that you can cross for wanting to get publicity for doing something,
Oh, yeah, it has to
nice
feel
and
authentic.
but I think that the holidays is, it's not looked at that way. Everyone in the community, it's a great time to volunteer. There's a ton of people who maybe they don't get a nice Thanksgiving dinner or lunch the way that everyone else does. There are tons of opportunities for you and your company to volunteer for that, to donate. Canned food drives is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Toys for Tots in December, from November to December, places are collecting donations for families who, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, might not be able to afford what everyone else is able to afford and enjoy. So we can
So,
get...
Stella, I have a
Yes.
question for you. So if I'm one of these, C-suite executives, because that's what this podcast is for, and you're telling me I should go on social media and tell people what I'm thankful for, and I should go to food, and I get that, that's a good thing to do. How does that make sales for me as a company?
Okay.
Why do I care?
Okay. So
I sound like Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. I'm enjoying it. So, yeah.
I hear, if you work in social media, if you work in marketing, you hear it a lot.
Where's the call to action?
Yes. What am I going to get in return? Well, this really helps build your brand and makes your brand trustworthy. Y'all are real people. Y'all are kind. Y'all are doing things out of the goodness of your heart. It's one of those things where I know last time we talked about people posts, and this would be essentially a people post. This is a behind the scenes. This is our company. This is what our company represents. So in the end...
But those don't perform well on social, do they?
Yeah, they do.
I'm being funny. They are always our best performing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, your birthday will probably perform the best of anything else we've put together.
Because it's the best day
Cynthia
in the
Hayes,
world.
who runs our client success, she was like our number one post when her
Exactly.
birthday, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it is one of those that it'll grab your attention. Other brands are doing it. So like I said, you don't want to be left behind. It's a great way for people to really see what kind of your core values are as the company, and also to show off your employees, show off the back end, make it a little bit less salesy, but you're still promoting your company and what y'all do and your brand. So yeah, I mean, you might not get the sale, but in the long run, when somebody goes to your account and they see what all you do during the holidays or just throughout the year, that's implanted in their brain now that, okay, these are real people, this is what they do. They can really get a sense of like what your company is about.
Yeah, and there seems to be kind of like this like tight labor market right now, so it might drive someone to choose to work for your company or not.
Exactly, because the holiday season is supposed to be fun, and you don't want to be stuck in a place where you're not having fun. So if your company is out there showing what they like to do during the holiday season, that could definitely give them a leg up when they're trying to hire.
Yeah, and I love the kind of employee spotlight concept for companies that we're working with who were like, we want to really tell people we have smart people, and well, do something like that.
Exactly.
Show them in an activity, show them something they like to do. You don't have to say, John Smith is an electrical engineer who's been with our company. I was like,
exactly.
I could look that up on his LinkedIn.
And maybe John Smith regularly volunteers for a certain nonprofit or something, and that's something you can highlight. So then you're highlighting your employee, and then you're also highlighting a great cause, another great company.
That nonprofit would share that post.
Exactly. So it's a big like hamster wheel. If you reach, and that's the way that you touch and you make ties in the community. So whenever I think of the holiday season and social media, I just think there are so many ways to get your brand out there and for you to shine light on maybe it's local business, small business around your area, nonprofits, a bunch of good campaigns and fundraisers and all the good stuff.
Very cool. So we're going to go to a first commercial break, and then we can come back. We'll kind of continue down this path because we've only made it to Thanksgiving. And I think you listed about 1,000 holidays between now and the end of the year. So there's probably more we can talk about. I do have an idea that on World Kindness Day, you can buy me a Starbucks coffee, and then I will thank you on Thanksgiving. And I do have like 30,000 Twitter followers, but whatever. I'm not bragging. So we'll be back in just a second. You're listening to The Claw, which is the marketing podcast for C-suite executives. I'm talking today with Stella Huffman. She is over our social media and social media coordinators, and we're giving you some tips and tricks to use through the end of the year.
Thanks so much for watching The Claw podcast. We'll be back after this short break.
When I first met the Unicorn Marketing Agency, everything was rainbows and, well, unicorns. They promised overnight marketing results for my business, leads my sales team couldn't keep up with. Once I signed up with them, they didn't even hold up any of their promises, even after months. And the only thing they gave me were excuses. After a while, communication with them became spotty and they were hard to get a hold of. Eventually, they stopped responding altogether. Overall, I lost a total of about $23,000 over a 4-month period. I lost a lot of valuable time and energy.
And we're back. You're listening to The Call, which is the marketing podcast for C-suite executives. I am talking today with Stella. She runs our social media team, and she's back for another appearance on The Call because her last was very popular, and she taught us all these really cool ideas around, I think you told me your husband was going to steal some of them.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend.
Boyfriend, I'm sorry.
No,
I married her off.
You're okay. Him and some of my friends
Hey,
were like,
is that basically a gift idea? No, I don't know. We'll go there.
well, his name is Jared.
Jared.
He went to Jared.
Oh, wow. Nice
No,
connection.
we get that a lot.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I had some people who did tell me like they took some tricks and put it in their back pocket and we'll be utilizing them. So
Yeah, they were very good.
we had a great time, Maddie and I did. So thanks for having me back.
Oh, absolutely. I love talking with fellow Ligers about what we love to do. We love the marketing
Exactly.
thing. So we're talking a little bit about November and kind of things that can happen and how you can buy me, something on World Kindness Day, and I'll mention it. Now we're moving into December, which is a big month for all kinds of holidays and things going on.
It's huge. And, with any business, you're in the end of Q4, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do for the next year. people might be going on vacation out of the office, so it's really a great time to utilize those people posts and really kind of show what your company is about behind the scenes, what y'all are doing. It's a great time to run promotions. It's a great time to do giveaways. So all of that good stuff. Towards the end of November, Hanukkah starts, so it's really kind of kicking off that Hanukkah, Christmas, holiday time. And like I said, there's volunteering, there's wish lists, there's giveaways, there's special offers, whether it's free shipping or 10% off. There's so much that you can do during the holidays.
That's the time of year that I always am taking pictures of my Instagram feed.
Yes.
Because I don't know how to save things in Instagram.
Oh, like the screenshot?
Yeah, I always say, I take pictures of it. And
Or
then
you
that's how I do
take-
my Christmas shopping.
You have your phone and then you take
No, I
another
don't
phone
do
and you
that.
take a picture.
I haven't done that. No, we do have customers who do that sometimes. They take a picture of their
Of their
computer
screen.
screen and then put it up, and it's like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I take little pictures of things because it's so hard to find gifts for somebody anyway, and it's just the new way of shopping and learning
really
about
is.
something new. You're like, that's really cool.
It really is. And it's
Just don't disappoint your customer when you buy it on Instagram and then it doesn't show up until February.
yes.
And you thought it was a gift coming in.
And
Yeah.
especially this year because shipping is already
Yeah.
backed up.
Yeah, make sure it's in stock.
You might want to start shopping right now or maybe yesterday
Right.
for Christmas. So
Right.
these might be tips for next year. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. You can utilize all of these. Also, kind of new year, new me-esque. It's a perfect time if you're thinking about rebranding, if you're thinking about updating your profiles or your website. It's kind of one of those times that it's the perfect way to spin it. Maybe New Year, same us, or New Year, new me. Just great time doing that.
And it's been interesting to see the number of projects that we're looking at that are those. I think
Yes.
that companies I know. Digital transformation is here to stay, people. No matter if the entire world gets opened up tomorrow,
Yeah.
people have learned a new way to convert and to buy things. And so they know they don't have to go to the store. They know those types of things. And so we're seeing many customers come to us that are considering rebranding going into the new year.
Exactly.
and new
Even
websites.
just like today, I was looking to order lunch and I was like, what is this orange app? I don't, and it was Grubhub. And it's like, okay, they changed to this orange color and it grabbed my attention. And I was like, I didn't even know I had this app downloaded.
Yeah.
And now
well,
I know.
That could be dangerous though,
Yeah.
because then you're used to a certain logo.
And then you're looking for that and you don't find it. But yeah, rebranding this time of year, it's kind of one of those, because everyone goes into New Year's resolutions and all that. It's kind of like that fresh start. So that is just a great time kind of all around for your marketing, your advertising, to think about what you want to do for the next year, maybe creating a yearly goal sheet, stuff like that. I know that like the 12 days of Christmas or the Christmas wish list, I've seen companies who will pick maybe 10 to 15 items that they sell that they really like, and they kind of create their own Christmas wish list these are hot items that maybe your husband or your coworker or your whatever
I
like.
love those kind of things.
And that's benefiting the customer because now everyone's attention span is so, they just want everything kind of put in front of them.
It's two problems, honestly. So it's attention span, but it's also just running out of ideas.
Yes.
And we live in this world. One of the things I talk about in the Making Sense of the Modern Day Marketing Maze is that the world changed in 2008. So we got smartphones, ubiquitous internet, we got social media. And so you used to, in the good old days, go to the store and you'd buy CDs for people.
Yep.
And you'd buy a book and you'd give them a DVD and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff I can get from my television for 99 cents.
Yep.
So the gifts you can purchase for people is very different. It really dramatically changed what's up underneath the tree. So I'm always starved for, what can I buy this person who needs nothing and has access to all of this entertainment and stuff for, right at their fingertips.
Exactly. And like you said, what do they need? And I feel like right now, everybody has everything. You have Amazon, you can get anything that you want. And
in an hour.
And exactly. So it's kind of like, what is something unique that somebody does not have, and you might be that store that has a couple things.
Or you're selling an experience. I love to give like those little experience things.
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly. So it's awesome. There's so many things that you can do. There's Boxing Day, there's New Year's Eve, and you can.
Yeah, so do they beat people up on Boxing Day?
I think so. I think that's what it's for.
Okay.
It's like recognized to do that. It's people fighting to get into a store.
That's what it is.
And they fight over items.
Okay, that's where the name came from. I'm certain of it. So who do you see? What brands come to mind? I have a couple. I'm just curious who you think. What brands do you think do a good job?
So I'm thinking commercials, just specifically commercials and things that even through my childhood, when I think about Christmas time, this is what I think about. And that's good advertising. That's good. They have put their brand out there, and it's like Hershey Kisses with the bells. And
I think that's been around forever.
Yes. Yeah. I remember being in elementary school and those commercials were coming out.
But it's nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all about is.
Coca-Cola. I actually worked out of college at a local furniture store, and we would always do a toy drive. And you would, if you're like a brick and mortar, and it's we're going to do a toy drive. We adopted a family for Families Helping Families back in South Carolina. That was a huge thing, and every toy or item that was on our list that you brought in, you got 25% off.
Oh wow!
So that's a good way.
So I could get a free couch.
Yes.
For a toy.
It would yes. That's the way it exchanges, because couches aren't like way expensive.
Yeah. So my Williams and Sonoma, I think, does an amazing job of like cross-platform. So they always peg me on something because I like to cook, and I can just kitchen gadgets. I love them all. So I'll notice that something like a mixer is following me not only on social, but there's an article about the best mixers you should buy, and then it's everywhere. They just do a great job of repetitiveness within those channels.
Yeah, because if something's repetitive and you see it a lot, you're like, okay, that's the brand that I want. Yeah. When people are talking about it, because there's been a couple things. I'm thinking of a juicer specifically. Last Christmas, I was like, I want this juicer, because one of my friends, who she is a foodie on Instagram, and she is a great chef, and she had this juicer, and I was like, I trust her opinion. That is the juicer I want. And I looked at it, and the reviews were great. So it is like, But you
didn't go do a search first. You found it on social media first.
Yeah, exactly. I found it on her social media. She got it as an early Christmas present and was super pumped about it, posted it, and I was like, okay, she knows what she's doing. Let me look into this. And it was a great quality product.
Yeah. And then the one that always makes me cry every year is stupid Publix.
Yeah.
They do like those little mini, like it's a mini Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
You know? Fred hasn't been home for 5 years, and he shows up, and the salt and pepper shakers run around and make sure the food is perfect and whatever else happens. But yeah,
Publix, and I feel like Chick-fil-A's kind of leaned into that now with the like real people stories.
Yes.
And it's stuff like that. Like I said, even if I wasn't following my friend on Instagram, maybe she was just an influencer that I didn't personally know, I still would have trusted her opinion.
Right.
So if you're able to gain that trust from your clientele and your customers, that is what is the purpose of these posts. It's not they're going to buy my product. It's, if we give a suggestion, they trust us.
Right.
So then when it does come to your products, they trust you.
Right. And then the problem, quote unquote, with that user-generated content is you may not have as easy tracking, but it's something that you did that made that person be interested. And so this kind of direct correlation that people expect is very difficult to get to. It's very difficult to get to, and you don't always see it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless you do, something that you've worked with like a micro influencer or someone to kind of help with that.
I was going to say influencers are super, super big right now. And I mean, that's something, if you have an influencer who you have a connection with, whether they're a micro or some big time influencer, lean into that. They generally are really great for being reputable sources. You know, there are pros and cons to it, but
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that because I think that influencer marketing has both a positive and negative,
exactly,
reputation.
you're putting your brand in somebody else's hands.
That's right. And you have to be okay with trusting what they do with it.
Exactly.
I mean, the most ideal is the way that you do that. So you send them something to use without any other type of incentive or whatever and hope that they like it.
Exactly. And then maybe you don't work with influencers and you set up a campaign that if somebody buys something as a gift for them or they're buying it for themselves, set up some sort of campaign where in the email receipt or some other way, snap a picture, post it to social media, let us know how you like this product, and then you get X% off, or you get some sort of benefit or initiative, because that's also great. Like I said, this was my friend who posted this, so that's using normal customers as kind of like a influencer, but that's getting your brand in front of their followers and their audience. So the more that you can spread, like, it's crazy. It's like a web. It's like you, and then if your friends share it, then their friends see it. It's such a small world, but also everybody has their own connections, and try to utilize that as much as you can.
Well, and then the importance of what you're talking about too is kind of the residual burn of a share. So many companies we work with and talk to are so focused on, we shared that thing that day and it wasn't successful. And it's like, yes, but over time, because of that, we had a ripple effect, and then it was a ripple effect, and it was a ripple effect. So you have to go back and think about, what does that do for me? Social media and some of this content is your present self paying your future self.
Exactly. The way I like to think about it is, if I were to click on your profile, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go and see. I'm not just going to look at the one post that you just most recently did. I'm going to look at all of your content. So it's not just going away. It was posted and it didn't do that great. Well, it's not going away.
Yeah.
It's still out there for people to see. That is something that we tend to see a lot.
One, the little bit I know about, because I'm not a huge user of TikTok, and the thing that I have heard about it a lot is that it is something that you will see somebody posts and then they have one that does well, and then the other posts start to pick up traction.
Exactly.
And if the one post that did well, they wouldn't have gotten any of it because people would have forgotten. There was no reason to follow. You went viral on your first post. Congratulations.
Exactly.
Right? But it doesn't necessarily pay you in the future.
Exactly. Because if you're just starting out, if you're trying to ramp up your audience, get more followers, that is hard to do. But if you have that one post that does go viral and then people come back and see, oh, you have quality content, it just wasn't getting in front of the right audience maybe, then they're going to stick around.
So as we wrap up, because we're talking holidays, Thanksgiving, November and December, Thanksgiving, things that happen in those periods of time, and talking about kind of platform choice. TikTok is hot. I don't know what else is hot right now, so I'm not that cool. But TikTok, let's say, what is? It seems hard. Like, I love Twitter because it's I like Twitter better
easy.
when it was 140 characters.
Uh-huh.
It just fit me really well. It was just kind of like this little thing. You could be snarky. You could talk to someone, whatever. TikTok seems so elaborate. So how do you know if a platform's appropriate? How, is that only B2C? Or are there other, what's your advice on that?
So TikTok every platform is made for different reasons. TikTok is this big animal that came out of Vine. I will say I am a Vine. I am OG Vine. That was my favorite. It's like Twitter, 6 seconds. You only got 6 seconds to do something funny.
Yeah.
And now TikTok, you're able to kind of put together your own videos. I've seen cooking. Me and my boyfriend have been super into we watch other people watch cooking TikToks.
Wait a second. No. You're watching someone watch a TikTok?
Somebody is streaming themselves watching cooking TikToks, and they are commenting on it and we can't find enough new videos to watch because they are so funny. They're awesome.
Okay. Is this because the person watching is like, I could never make that? Is it like the equivalent of like a Pinterest fail?
I really don't know what it is.
Okay.
But, okay, so I
understand,
off track.
like people watching video games, and that's like going to be the new sports thing. Which, why could that have not been for me, right? When I was growing up, I was really good at video games. I couldn't do anything on a field, right? So I just missed that whole thing. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So
no,
TikTok,
you're totally fine.
Got it. But TikTok feels like highly curated. That's the thing. It's not like where Twitter, I can pull out Twitter and be like snarky in a minute. Right?
It is. Okay, so TikTok, and I've gained so much respect for people who do take the time to create their TikToks. I think the reason we like to watch that is because everyone kind of has their own style, and you can start to tell who the content is by because they do things the same way. They're creating their brand by the way that they're cutting their clips, or the music that's in it, or the location that they're cooking in. So, you have your tutorials on anything, like really anything that you need to know. You have just funny content where people are essentially just being comedians. You have content for everyone, and I would say that TikTok, I feel like every company could find a way to utilize TikTok, but like social media trends change so quickly.
Yeah. And TikTok seems to be very much that.
It's
kind of like
that.
the hashtags on Twitter.
It is that. They change all the time, and it's one of those things that I used to watch TikToks and not realize how much time these people are putting into making their content, and really realizing it is a time-consuming, thoughtful thing. People are putting a lot of effort into this 20-second little video that's making me laugh, but it does take a lot of work. Exactly. But when I think about TikTok, there are so many ways that a lot of companies, I think about restaurants, I think about people who maybe are local artists, people who hold a wealth of knowledge. I know that there is like murder mystery TikTok where they're sleuths and they're like trying to solve cases. I mean, it's really like there's so many avenues that you can go down. So as far as your business, if you have someone on your team who's willing to take the time to put in and make creative content, whether it's funny or informative, or just like nice to look at. Some are literally just music and nice footage, like of a sunset or something. If you have someone who can put the time in to make quality content, then I think that every company could utilize it in a way. It's like
but you
YouTube.
Just have to have your shtick.
Exactly. Because it's content that you can go back to. You could put that in an e-blast. You could put it all over social media. You could use it if you're at some sort of trade show or something. You could. It's a video, so video is
our favorite content.
It's always on the rise. So even if it's not going viral, you are creating something that you can use somewhere.
But I want to go viral, Stella. No, actually, I don't know that I do, because that can sometimes be good or bad.
Well, you might be able to go viral when somebody gives you your pay it forward, your coffee at Starbucks.
Right.
Maybe that's when you go viral.
That's when it's going to happen.
It's all going to happen at once.
It'll be the two events that happen together. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, very interesting. April's favorite TikTok. She watches this one where this woman's like, "Mom," she's like, "What?" Like I hear it all the time. Like there's this like lady that she's always harassing her mom about where she's been, and it's an older lady and her mom, right? It's like a 40-year-old and her mom.
Yeah.
And her mom's like, "Why do you keep asking me where I'm going?" You know?
That's really funny. I used to harass my sister and make vines, and I thought I was going viral because they were really funny. And she was like legitimately getting angry, and I thought it was the best content ever. I didn't go viral, but my friends still laugh about them. In my mind, I did, because it's great content. I still bring them out, like for her birthday. I still bring them out and was like, "Remember this?" And her friends love it.
Yes, I do. So, well, thank you so much for joining me again today.
Thanks for having me. me. These are always so much fun.
Yes, I love having conversations about the stuff that we love to do. So yeah, thanks, Stella, for joining me today. That's been great to talk about social media and how companies can use that as we get to the end of the year, understanding that social media isn't always about converting someone today, but paying yourself for the future. You've been listening to The Claw, which is the podcast for C-suite executives. I'm Eric Holtzclaw, Chief Strategist at Liger Partners.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Claw podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, rate and review this podcast. And if you or someone you know wants to make an appearance on this show, email us at yourbestie@ligerpartners.com.